Hello and welcome everybody to Keto Delicious, and today I'm going to make something a little bit different. And I know a lot of you guys are getting really sick of eggs for breakfast, so today I'm going to make keto granola, and this is amazing. This really truly is a great way to make a big batch of this and then just grab a little half of a cup or a cup, add almond milk to it, and it is a great alternative to what a lot of people get tired of, the same old, which I hear a lot, are eggs and bacon. And so this is going to be a really fast, easy way to whip up some keto granola. So what I'm going to do first is, in my big bowl, I'm going to add a third of a cup of pumpkin seeds, and those can be whole. Third of a cup of flax seeds whole. I'm going to add a third of a cup of hemp seeds whole. I'm going to add a cup of unsweetened coconut. You can do, I had a little bit of both. I did some big, thick pieces, and then I had some finer, thin pieces as well. So just to change it up a bit. Hemp seed, chai seeds, black chai seeds, a third of a cup mixed into that. And then I'm going to add about a fourth of a teaspoon of cloves. Not very much, just a little bit, just to give some flavor. I'm also going to add, there's a product out there called Swerve, and I use that a lot. This is the granule, and then I have some maple flavoring, and I'm going to add a half of a teaspoon of that into my erythritol, and mixing that up, believe it or not, it gives the consistency of brown sugar. It is amazing to cook with, and it just kind of puts a little bit of sweet into this granola. Now, if you don't like super sweet, you don't have to add this step. I have added 2 tablespoons of erythritol with a half of a teaspoon of the maple. Look at that. It just turns it right into brown sugar. And that's keto brown sugar. Isn't that amazing how that works? And I just mix it all in until all of the erythritol is covered, and then I dump it in. What a great way to have brown sugar. I mean, don't we miss brown sugar cereal? I do. So here's a great way to do that. Now I want to add some nuts to that. Oh, I'm going to add half of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I'm going to add just a little splash of Himalayan sea salt, maybe a fourth of a teaspoon. And then I've got about a fourth of a cup of melted coconut oil. I want to add that to it. And then I'm going to add, now you guys can chop up your nuts if you want to. I like mine chopped, so I'm just gonna make some noise. I chop them up when they're in the bag. It makes it easier. And I'm going to put about a third of a cup of those. Now there's going to be some whole and there's going to be some broken up. And I want both. Give it kind of a crunch. It's totally up to you guys if you want to do just the broken up or if you want to do the whole. All right. So, and then I'm going to just grab a big spoon here to stir. Mix this all up. And because I have that coconut oil already in here, I'm going to just lay this on some parchment paper. But before I do that, I'm going to take an egg white And easiest way to do that, guys, is I rotate the egg. I just, in the shell, rotate it to get the egg white out so I don't have the egg in it. And I'm gonna make some noise here and beat this for just a moment because I need this to be frothy, and then I'm gonna pour that into my granola to get it to kind of stick better when we cook. Okay, so I'm gonna make some noise here real quick. Put it on high and just beat it. Put it on high and just beat it till it's frothy. See how it's starting to change? It's starting to turn white and frothy. So we're almost there. See how that has turned frothy? You could even do it just a little bit longer if you wanted to, but it just kind of gives it that effect, that like a foamy effect, and it just helps to connect or bind the granola a little bit better. Okay, this is so good, guys. It's got sweetness to it. And after you mix it all up, make sure it's really mixed in well. Make sure that all that brown sugar is mixed in so you don't have clumps in one area. And then just pour that onto your baking dish with the parchment paper. And then I'm going to cook this at 350 degrees for about 20 to 25 minutes. And about halfway into that, I'm going to pull it out and I'm going to stir it, kind of mix it around a bit so that it gets crunchy everywhere. I want it to all be kind of connected so those eggs cook so that it's more of like breaking it, more like a brittle form. Now you don't have to do this. You could just throw it on there and just have clumps of it everywhere, which is great too. There is no right or wrong. I'm trying to thin out a lot of it so that it's not thick in one spot, thin in another spot. So you're just really just thinning it out. And if you want to spread it separately, that's fine too. It's good. It doesn't matter. There is no right or wrong way here. You just don't want some really thick spots so that it doesn't have time to crunch or get, you know, to get really kind of the granola crunch type thing. All right, look at that. Wow. So I'm gonna put that in the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes. Then I'm gonna pull it out and we're gonna flip it. And we're gonna have some keto granola. So they are out of the oven after 10 minutes and I wanna show them to you. They're very hot, so be very, very careful. That's what they look like after 10 minutes. And now I'm gonna take them and I am going to flip them. And you can do it any way you want. Just make sure you flip them so that they kind of dry up on the other side as well. Now at this point, they do not have to stay in chunks. If you want them to, you can, but if you don't, it's okay because some people eat it in chunks, some people break it up. I break up my granola because I like granola in bite-sized pieces, and plus I also like to take advantage of making sure that this granola gets really crunchy, but be careful, don't cook it too long because you can burn it, especially with that brown sugar, the keto brown sugar that we added to it. So be very careful. But now I'm going to put these in for probably 5 to 10 more minutes. I'm going to pay close attention to them, just make sure that they're crunchy. I don't want them to be soft, but I also don't want them to be, burnt at the same time. And I test them test my coconut. So good. Okay guys, about another 10 minutes and then our keto granola will be done. Wonderful. So I have pulled it out of the oven after, I guess it was about 8 more minutes, and now I want to let them sit and harden up. If you want to separate them a little bit, feel free to do that. I have to show this to you. This is just so wonderful. Look at that granola. And it's crispy. When it cools off, it will be so crispy and wonderful. What a great alternative to a beautiful keto breakfast with keto granola. Feel free to use any kind of variations that you want to. If you don't like cinnamon or you don't like cloves, I mean, you're more than welcome to change those out with other things. Make it your own. But this is kind of the general idea as to how to make keto granola. Now, once it cools off, what I would recommend, make sure that it's completely cool and then put it into a glass airtight canister. I put mine in my pantry. I try to keep it dark. And I would say it lasts for about a week or so, but it just gives that, it just keeps it fresh. Mine never really lasts that long around here because between my husband and I, you know, and anybody that comes around, we're munching on this kind of like a snack as well. But I do love it with almond milk for one of my meals, and I hope you try it. I hope you love it as much as I do. Until next time, guys, thanks for watching my videos, and if you're not a subscriber, please do, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Bye for now.